It's time for the show that engages with people of the combat sports world. And now, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed combat sports show champion of the world, Flash Knockdown!
Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining me on episode 16 of Flash Knockdown with the Manchester Mexican and UK amateur mixed martial artist, Adam Gomez. Welcome to the show, Adam.
How you doing, bro? You all right?
I'm very, very well, my brother. Excited to be on?
Yeah. It's been a long day, but yeah, your energy's just perking me up a bit here. It's all right. It's good.
That's good, man. That's good. Well, it's an honor to have someone who has served this great nation on the show. So thank you for making the time today, Adam.
Cheers, bro. Thank you.
You're welcome. And before we go any further, Adam, could you give the viewers an overview of your MMA career, the gym you represent, and how people can find you online, please?
Yeah, so as it currently stands now, I'm 4-1 in the featherweight division. I had a plan earlier last year to drop down to bantamweight, and then COVID kicked in. Fighting out of ITC Blackpool, which is obviously in Blackpool under Kevin Fryer. You've probably seen him on Bellator. He's an absolute beast. Really, really good guy. Really nice guy. But I wouldn't like to be stood against him in a cage room, being honest. From there, also sponsored by a co-owner of the gym, Richard Tingey at Options Mortgage Centre, and also Jamie King Groundwork. So I'm just going to throw them in there because them guys always sort me out when it comes to things. Wonderful.
And how can people find you online, Adam?
Do you know what, mate? I've got Instagram. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. We're going to go on a bit of a tangent here. I've got Instagram now, but I rarely post on it. Yeah, I rarely post on it because I just think it's like a proper fake thing, innit? Like I see all these posts, and listen, I've got friends that have suffered with mental health and all this kind of stuff. When I see these girls put these posts on, going, woke up this morning, just needed that bit of redemption, and you're in a bikini, yeah, that's you fishing for likes. That's not you looking for inspiration or feel good. Listen, bro, if you type in #funeral on Instagram, people are taking photos by the graveside.
This is #1 bullshit.
Now, we can't be friends. We cannot be friends if you're the kind of person that does that. You know what I mean? So that's my listen. If you take photos at funerals or you got to post bikini pics, that's fine. But just put. I think I look good, so I've got a bikini on. Don't put feeling down today, so I've done myself up. Mate, it just winds me up.
Love it.
That's by the by.
Love it. Well, your energy has put me up now.
Yeah.
This is going to be a good show. I can tell.
Mate, I'm like this 24/7, mate. Honestly,
I love it. I love it. Brilliant. This is going to be an awesome show, Adam. Well, thank you very much for that, Adam. And we now move on to the next part of the show that I've called Flash Choices. For first-time viewers, I will ask Adam 10 questions with 2 possible answers. And Adam, you choose the one that best suits in a flash. Got it, bro?
Yeah, got it, bro. Good.
All right, cool. So first one, Adam, we start with 2 featherweights. Alex Volkanovski or Max Holloway?
Max Holloway.
Yeah. Did you see his fight versus Calvin Kattar?
Mate, he's an animal. He's not even, I can't believe he's not even 30 years old yet. Do you know what I mean? And
yeah.
Absolute animal.
Yeah. Unbelievable fighter, right?
Yeah. Just something different, mate. You just like watching him and his height, his frame, everything. He's different class.
Yeah. Do you think he won the rematch versus Alex Volkanovski? Or
yeah, 100%. 100%. I think he won that fight.
At the end of the day, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Me too. All right, Adam. Second one. A Fry Up or Kevin Fryer?
It depends, doesn't it? Because
it's
it
true.
depends
It
what we're doing.
depends. It does depend.
I'll tell you, listen, Kevin, as I said, he's honestly the most humble guy you'll ever meet. Yeah, he doesn't talk about fighting, doesn't talk about nothing. And yeah, mate, but when you're like sparring him and that, mate, he he never takes a little bit, he never goes hard or anything, but he's just a naturally big guy. I mean, Kev's a middleweight, that's he walks around heavy, and obviously I'm a featherweight, and I'll tell you this, I've not lived in Manchester for over 10 years. After one sparring session, I swear to God, I was driving down the M55 from Blackpool back to Manchester, and I thought, it didn't hit me till I was halfway back to Manchester. I thought, I don't even live there no more. Like, what are you doing? I had to turn the car around, mate. But nah, if it's like just chilling out and having a laugh, yeah, Kevin Fryer. But if it's anything to do with fighting, I'd rather have a fry up.
A fry up, okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you won't be watching. Next one, then, Adam. Push up or pull up?
Oh, push ups.
Push ups, yeah. How many can you do in one go?
I don't know, mate. One of them, till it hurts, and just keep going a bit more, and then have a breather and that.
Okay. Quality Street or Reese Street?
Oh, Reese Street. Reese Street's a really nice guy, Honestly, I've spoke to Reese a few times, and he's just game, and he just turns up, and whether he's there to, he just turns up, and he'll fight anyone. He's not bothered. You throw some money at a kid, and he's turning up. Yeah,
I think he's got 39 pro fights.
Yeah. It's just, as I said, he's a nice guy. Recently steps in, and I appreciated at the time that he stepped in to do it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you fought him in September 2018 at Budo 33.
Yeah.
Next one. Yeah. Next one in, Adam. Adam Levine or Adam Sandler?
Adam Sandler, 100%.
All day long, innit?
All day long. I don't know if he's like losing his ability a bit, because I know he's funny. He's not as funny as he used to be. I don't know if I'm getting a bit boring in my old age and that, but
shut up!
Yeah, them Happy Gilmores and Big Daddies, mate. You can't knock them.
I was just going to ask you, what's your favourite Adam Sandler movie?
Yeah, Happy Gilmore. But I like the other one that he brought out, actually. That Just Go With It. When he's like blagging at his dental nurse is his wife and that. I thought that was quite funny, to be fair.
The one on Netflix?
Nah, not Netflix, not that one.
No.
He's Just Go With It. Remember, he's trying to get that new young girl, and he's blagging his friends, his wife and that. Then it's just good. Okay,
yeah, he's a brilliant actor. Yeah, love a bit of Adam Sandler. Raphael or Michelangelo?
Michelangelo. Was that the orange one, isn't it?
Orange one, that's it. Yeah,
Yeah,
Raphael's the red one. I've seen you in a red one.
Have you?
Yeah, I'll put it up on here. Yeah, I've done my research, brother. I've seen you.
Oh, no, I know what you're talking about.
You see? I've been scouring the internet.
That's heavy, that. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Okay, yeah.
Do you want to give us a story about that one?
Yeah, so I think it was 2017, and we were in Cyprus, and there's this thing called what's it called? I don't know, mate. Some United Nation thing anyway. We were there for 6 months, and it come to Halloween, and they were like, yeah, you can have a party if you want. So in that photo was me and a friend from my old regiment, Gary Smith. And yeah, we was dressed as Ninja Turtles, mate. It was absolutely chaotic. Yeah, it was good. It was a good night, mate.
I bet it was.
I don't know where you've got that from, though. I don't like the way you've got that, mate. I'm worried where this is going, to be fair.
All right, well, the viewers are looking at it right now, so
yeah, it's what it is, mate.
Okay, listen, if you don't like it, don't put it online.
100%.
You know what I mean? Right. Hot pot or fish and chips?
Oh, fish and chips all day, 100%.
Yeah. What's the fish and chips like in Blackpool?
Do you know what, mate? If you go to the right place, it's all right. If you go to the wrong place, you know what I mean? You could be you could be going to the toilet a bit. It's one of those.
I gotta take Bob. Well, listen, we'll get to that in a second. Oh, hello.
It's one of those things, isn't it? It's Blackpool, mate. I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, I came from Manchester. And when I came to Blackpool, I didn't know what to think of it at first. But then, obviously, I found the gym, and then like you meet people like Kev, other people like boxing coaches like Jeff Thomas, BJJ coaches like Stephen Hewitt, Like you meet like Paul Rice, you meet all those individuals, and you know what? If he comes home, mate, and it was when I left there, mate, it was a bit of a sad, you know, because obviously I'm up in Catterick a lot now. I'm in Blackpool all the time, but because I work away with work a lot, when you're away, you do miss it 100%.
I bet you do. Yeah, I bet you do. Saving Private Ryan or Dunkirk?
Oh, Saving Private Ryan, mate. That Dunkirk, that was a bit soft, that one, wasn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Is that one with Harry Styles in?
That's the one. That's the one. Yeah, directed by Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, turn it off.
No,
nah,
not for you. Saving Private Ryan.
Let him sing about his watermelon sugar or whatever. That man's got no place on the battlefield.
That's true. That is true. Okay, 9th one then, Adam. Michael Gomez or Wilfredo Gomez?
Michael Gomez.
Is that where you got your nickname from? Because he's also 100%. Known as the Mancunian Mexican.
Yeah, listen, absolutely loved Michael Gomez growing up in that, and obviously he was a prominent figure in Manchester. And I've been called that for so long now. It happened something happened where he was a kid with the same name as me when I was boxing when I was younger.
Right.
And I thought I'm just going to change it then. So I just put it down on the card as Adam Gomez. But then it stuck. But yeah, Michael Gomez, used to love watching him. Like, especially even now when he comes on Sky and stuff, and you watch his old fights, it's that mentality of he never took a step back. I loved it about him. He'd fight anyone, win or lose. He'd step in there of anyone. I just got a lot of respect for that mentality. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well said there, Adam. And then the last one, and staying on the theme of boxing, WBC champion or UFC champion?
UFC champion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aspirations of making it to the UFC perhaps one day, Adam, or not?
Nah, I think everyone's aware. I'm too old now, mate. I'm 30 years old. If I started it when I was like fucking 4 or 5, I'd have been with a chance, wouldn't I? But nah, mate, I'm just.
Well, you never know. DC, I think DC didn't start. I know he had the Olympic sort of background, the Olympic wrestling background, but I think DC didn't start MMA until he was 32, and ended up champ. So.
Yeah.
Never say never, my man. Never say never. It's never too late.
I don't know, mate. I'm one of them, mate. I think people do the sport for other things. Some do it for to define them. I'm a cage fighter or this and that, and you get other people that do it because, listen, I'll be honest, why I do it, mate. I do it because I like training. I like the environment. I like the people at the gym. You don't get them I've been on the mats with people that are, for example, police officers that are on the same mats as people they've arrested, right? Mm-hmm. And you see that kind of change in people or just a different variety of people who come through the gym. You don't get that in any other sport. You don't get it anywhere. And that was my whole reason for training. It gave me that outlet to be with like-minded people. And listen, I'm not in this for wins and losses and all that. Like that's what I've just thought about these last couple of years now. I'm getting 30 years old. Like when it comes to fighting, I've gone into the days of I'm gonna have a look at him on YouTube. I'm gonna do this. Listen, I've been speaking to that Chris Allen. Chris Allen's been messaging me all the time. Like, listen, I don't need to know names. I don't need to know anything. End of the day, it's just a fight. Like records are for DJs, aren't they? So it is what it is.
Love that. I love that. And how did you find that overall, Adam?
Say again, sorry.
How did you find your flash choices overall?
Yeah, it was good, mate. Obviously,
good fun?
Yeah, mate. The Ninja Turtle thing was pretty funny. It's good.
Okay, good. So, Adam, it's now time to flashback, beginning with your earliest recollection of martial arts.
So, earliest recollection. I remember I used to go to a place called Witherton in Manchester. It was like a karate school, and I used to think it was sick. I've got like an orange belt in karate and that. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal. And then there was a guy there called Jim Collins. He's an Irish guy. He's dead now. Rest in peace, Jim. He's honestly a really, really nice guy. He used to teach all us little street kids about karate and all this. And that's what I remember, my earliest thing going there. And then obviously everyone else have seen Rocky, and I thought, I want to do boxing now. So I went down to I think the first one I went to was I think of the order of this now. So I went to St. John's ABC in Charlton. Then I'd seen Tyson Fury when he was an amateur,
and I'd seen him. He fought David Price when David Price was fighting at amateur from Vauxhall Motors, I believe. I was like, he trains in Wythenshawe. Bearing in mind, I'm only like a 12, 13-year-old kid. I'm getting on the bus to Wythenshawe. So I used to go there just because I wanted to see this big, like, freak giant guy. Do you know what I mean? And then I was at Jimmy Egan's for a bit, and then I finally went to Moss Side Fire Station, and yeah, that was it. It was just good, mate. It was never like I was never like one of those kids that's training every single night for hours and hours and hours. It was a case of I could only go where it was open. Do you know what I mean? So if Moss Side was open, I'd go to Moss Side. If Wythenshawe was open, I'd go there. And that's just how it was at the time. I was just a young kid, and you know, not to get too personal, but with my mum and dad not being together, being separate, my dad being completely out of the picture, my mum, she's working at the hospital and that, she's a mental health nurse, so she'd be working all the time. I've got my two older brothers that I live with, they're both working. So it was a case of, like, you ever seen Matilda? Like when Matilda just got a little library books, that would be me with like a karate bag on, just pottering about, do you know what I mean? Just the different things, but nothing bad, mate. Just, it is what it is, isn't it? Yeah,
no, absolutely. And did you ever imagine at that point, Saddam, you would one day be competing?
No, I never had any. I'm not gonna lie to you. I never had any inclination to want to do it. So within my same age group and from the same area, you've got Brendan Loughnane and Kane Musa. And I remember seeing Brendan when Brendan first started. He was literally on the street, and he started like, I think he was like shadow boxing on, started to choke people and that. And he went, "Yeah, come here." And he probably don't remember it now. He grabbed me and he started like choking me. I thought, what is this? So then I spoke to him, and then I found out he went to a place called Moss Side Ground and Pound. So I thought, I'm going to go there. So me and another lad called Michael Fay, we went down to this Moss Side Ground and Pound. We were at a gym, like not an MMA gym. It was a church hall with some mats down. And then there was a guy called Danny Ram, and his son Chris. And yeah, he used to teach us like just like the basics of like, I mean, it was like wrestling and that. It was weird, mate. It was a different time though. It's like you wouldn't do it. You wouldn't have like 14-year-old kids now getting like levered by grown men. Do you know what I mean?
That's fucking illegal.
But yeah, they weren't taking liberties. It was all teaching, mate. And there was this other guy there called Barry. I don't even know his second name, but he used to scare the shit out of me. Like some old school cat dress. I'd turn up with like a tight t-shirt on. And everyone called him Barry the Bastard, mate. He'd be folding you up, he'd talking about cat dressing. I don't know what cat dressing is, mate. I'm still watching WWE at this point, do you know what I mean? But yeah, honestly, mate, it was nice. It was good. I wouldn't change anything.
Okay, and which of the three martial arts out of wrestling, boxing, and karate did you enjoy most?
I think it was a boxing, to be fair. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I did used to like it when we went to Moss Side Ground and Pound, but that was only on twice a week, you know. And then it moved from the church hall to Burnage High School, and then it just slowly started phasing out. I remember I seen Kane a few times, and he'd went to the Wolf Slayer at the time, and then yeah, that was it. But then that was the same time of I was getting through high school and I was starting to get to college, and it got to the point then where I had to decide what am I going to do next. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And did you ever imagine you would join the British Army? Talk to us about the process of you joining, please, Adam.
Yeah, so I'll be straight with you. I had no intent. So I had a very good friend. He's a very, very good tattoo artist now. He's called Joshua Reeves. And I remember we were younger. He was in cadets, and he said to me, "Oh, come down." He had all this army gear, and he's like, "Come down, you'll love it. It's good. It's this, it's that." I turned up, mate, and I remember going, and the walking around camp, the swinging their arms, doing all this drill, people shouting at each other, and I was like, "This is not for me. This what is this?" And I swear to God, I went once with him. I went cadets when I was about 14 years old or 13 years old. I'm never going there again. Absolute losers.
Sounds like something a nerd or a virgin would do.
I looking at him going, "Yous are all geeks." Do you know what I mean? So then it comes to it. So I went to college and that, and then all my friends were going to university. Even the girl that I've seen at the time, she was going to university, and I was thinking to myself, I don't really want to do none of this. I was like, what can I do? And it just so happened there was a Marine show at the college. All these Marines came and they started speaking, and I was like, "Oh, it's pretty cool." But one of them was a Marine. It said, one of them was a commando, but it was an army commando. And it just said like Army Commando, and I thought, like, that sounds quite good. So speaking to him about the army, and then I just decided I was gonna join the army.
Wow. And what were some of the assignments and places in the world you were sent to, Adam?
Oh, since I've joined now, so when I first joined, I was a medic, but I transferred over then to the infantry. So I went to 2nd Battalion Duke of Lancaster's regiment, which is honestly like I'm not with them anymore. But listen, some people think it's I love them lads. Yeah, my mates in there know they are the usual suspects. So Kane Pennington, Adam Price, Joe Mellor, all them guys. Yeah, these are funny individuals. Joe Mellor is the Joey Diaz of my life. I can ring him now. Yeah, put him on
He's
the
always
phone.
got a story.
Listen,
Always got a story.
Joe's the funniest person I've ever met. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, all them guys. So it's just all two Lancs it was just Manx and Scousers. Do you know what I mean? Everyone in there was either from Manchester, Liverpool, and obviously traditionally everyone goes, "Oh, they don't get on." Listen, them Manx and Scousers, mate, class. Loved it. So yeah, so I went there, mate. When I first went there, we went to I think we went to Afghanistan, and then we went to other places. We've been Falklands, Kenya loads of times, Estonia, Latvia. We've been all over with him, mate. But it was honestly, it was really good time with him. I think I was with them for like 8-9 years.
Wow, that's a long stretch.
Yeah, it was honestly really good experience.
I bet it was. And I'm sure there must have been a few, but was there any moments you can talk about, Adam, where you felt your life was in serious danger?
I don't know. It's weird, isn't it? Because it wasn't extremely kinetic. It was just a chance. I think it was a case of I'm just a young lad. Do you know what I mean? And I was going on flights with lads that had been out there before, and I remember being on a plane out there, sat next to a guy called Jay. I remember it to this day as we got handed the food and that, and he said like a comment like, "Yeah, lads, you'll probably get shot, lads," or something like that. And I thought, I'm only like 20 years old, me. I was 21 years old, and I was like, Jesus Christ. But then he's only winding me up. It was good without them, mate. It was all right. It's just different, isn't it? It's different. It's weird how you can quickly adapt to your surroundings.
Absolutely. You know? And on the flip side, there must have been a lot of laughs and special memories. Are you able to share any funny tales? And any that you do, make sure you keep them clean.
Yeah. It's just the army. So the armies, mate. You've got hundreds of stories. You know, there was a time where, you know, a girl's gone back with one of the lads, and then she's gone, "Oh, where am I?" And someone's managed to. We was down in a place called Folkestone. Someone's managed to convince her that the telecommunications tower outside was the Eiffel Tower. She's then convinced she's then convinced that she's been taken hostage in Paris.
Something is wrong here. Dead giveaway.
Charles, thank you very much.
Dead giveaway.
Thank you very much for your time. And
either she homeless or she got problems.
In Paris.
And just bad stuff like that, mate. But one of the things that I remember is you do something when you get to battalion, you've got to do intercompany boxing, you've got a box. So for example, imagine you had instead of like how can I do it in civilian speak? So you might have Tesco's versus Morrison's versus finger, but instead of like doing anything, they're gonna scrap each other, yeah. So we were doing that. So I went in, and you go and see the doctor, you see the doctor, and he says, "Can I see your gum shield?" I'm like, yeah, no worries. So I put my gum shield in. He said, "You can't use that gum shield, it's illegal." I was like, "Why?" He said, "It's pink."
That's fucking illegal.
You can't use a pink gum shield. So I didn't know this. So it has to be like of a neutral colour, like a yellow or a white. I was like, "Oh, right, okay." You obviously know, in case your mouth bleeds. I was like, "Shit, what am I going to do here?" So bearing in mind, so this is the morning of the weigh-in, yeah? So you have your medical the morning of the weigh-in, and I was fighting in the evening. So I'm not getting a gum shield now, and I can't wear them boil and bite ones, honestly. It's just not about them. I thought, I've paid money for this custom gum shield, what am I going to do? So I went round.
Before
hold on, I'm talking, brother.
Before you go any further, why have you got a pink gum shield?
So it just came, it was meant to be red, but by the time it came, it was like, by the time it came, mate, I think it like melted or something in the post. It turned up pink. You know what I mean? I wasn't flamboyant with it. I wasn't trying to be like that guy with a pink gum shield. It was just a case of it came, and mate, it came. It was pink. I've had the inspection. He's like, "Nah." So thinking on my feet, I've gone, "Well, what can I do? And I think I need to have it white. I need to make it white. So we have something called the stores around the corner, which is they hold everything in there. You name it, army kit wise, it's held in there. And I just said, "Can I get a can of spray paint?" Like, "What for?" I just need to spray something.
Oh man!
Listen to me now, yeah. I had this spray paint. I put it in it. I put the gum shield in a lunchbox.
Man.
I spray painted it white, let it dry for about an hour. Spray painted again, thick. Yeah.
Give me the spray can. Give me the spray can.
It's not the way, man.
Spray can. I'm doing nothing. Give me the spray can.
And I'm going, right, let me try this now. I put it in my mouth instantly.
Oh, man. Oh.
I'm retching. I'm throwing up. I'm like, well, fuck it. I've committed now. And I'm like, do the crime, do the time, man. So it was a guy called Michael O'Neill, one of my friends. He's out the army now. Really, really good lad, really close friend. He's walking to the ring with me and that, and I'm saying to him, said, listen, do not put that gum shield in until it started. Do you know what I mean? Like last safe minute, then we'll put it in, because I can only breath for like a minute and a half. I'm not holding it any longer than that. So anyway, he comes in, puts it in, and luckily it was over quick. I think it was over in like a minute and a half, 2 minutes or something. But I just remember at the end of it,
you knocked him out.
It out. But yeah, it weren't knockout. It was a body shot. Stopped a body shot.
Right.
But it was a memory, mate. I thought I'm never making that mistake again.
Wow. So you spray painted your gum shield in order to change its color from pink to what color? Sorry,
to white.
To white. Wow. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Mate,
that's
highly
funny.
Toxic. Honestly, I had flecks of paint in my mouth for days, mate. Absolutely horrendous.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. Wow. That is got to be one of the most bizarre stories we've heard on Flash Knockdown.
Yeah, mate. I've got to get weirder, mate. Don't worry about
that. And Adam, can you describe the brotherhood and trust you form with your squads? And is it similar to the bonds you build with your teammates and coaches in the gym?
In a sense, yeah. Like, don't get me wrong. There's a lot. Like, I'm not going to sit here and like. I'm not one of these people that'll sit here and go, the army is this and everyone's your brother and everyone's your sister. Because it's not. Because in your day-to-day job, I bet you don't get on with every single person. Yeah, obviously you have your discrepancies with people, or you might not be as close with people. But yeah, the people you do get close with, as I said, like when I was in Sulanx, the people that I was with there, I was with that same group of people or thereabouts for like 8-9 years. So yeah, you do like get close to me, and it is sad. Like anyone who says it's not sad when one of your mates leave or something happens, or anyone who says, "Oh yeah, don't bother me." All right, sound. We can't be friends. You know what I mean? I don't like that kind of person. But yeah, you get really close to people, and then I think it's just all about making that effort to make sure you keep in contact with them people. Because what a lot of people neglect is when people do get out of the army, they're not used to civilian shit. They're not used to not having constant contact with their friends and that. And 100%. And it's the same with teammates. Like during this lockdown, it's shit not being able to go and see people or go for go and train and that. Do you know what I mean? Like I usually, you've seen it there. I fight at like 145, mate. I'll be honest with you. I weighed myself a few weeks ago, mate. I was 186. Like, but that's not like an unfit 186. That's just like I've just been eating, and I'm just eating the same calories I was eating because I'm not training like two times a day or whatever. Like, it's just not. But don't get me wrong, I'm back down now. Like, for anyone watching, don't think I'm gonna just like jump in and I'm not gonna make weight. Like
156.
I'm back down at like 160 now. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think I think you miss things, don't you? You miss going to training. You miss the routine. Like that's the one thing that the army does give you. It's regimented. You always know I'm going to be doing this on this morning, this. But my whole day was like that. So I'd know I'd go to work. Then I know, for example, on a Monday I'd be at Monday night be kickboxing, Tuesday nights jiu-jitsu and MMA, Wednesday nights kickboxing, Thursday nights submission wrestling, Saturday morning sparring. I always knew what I was going to be doing. And then when this lockdown came and everything just stopped, you're like, all right, okay. Yeah, it's different.
Unbelievable. Yeah. So during the army, you were able to partake in different martial arts?
So, not really. So one thing I will say about the army, I've never badmouthed the army in terms of sponsorship. So the army is like the best sponsor you can have. So I've been lucky. Yeah. I was lucky. I had, so how would I describe it? So my main managers, my line managers, at the time I had one called Dave Muldoon, who's a captain now. He's still in, really good guy. Then it was a Scouse guy called Paul McDonald, who again is like one of the funniest people I've ever met. And then one of the most like genuine and best soldiers I've seen is a guy called Shane Wilson. All of them were always fully supportive with me. So in terms of if I said to them, "Oh, I've got a fight in 8 weeks," they'd be like, "Okay, you can do your own PT and you can do it as long as you worked and you can do this." So I was getting paid a full wage and I was doing that, and I was and I was getting given the time off to do it. I got out of a few things, and yeah, as long as you had like the regimental crest on your shorts and the flag, and you're positive about the army, which I am anyway. I'm not like
of course
bad in the army. I'm positive about it. Yeah, that was it. It was good.
And did you have training partners?
Yeah, so Kevin, as you said before, I make it the Kev show, but Kev's in the army. So Kev's down in Colchester, but when he comes up, obviously he's there. There's a few people that have boxed. So Brian Crichton, he's fought on Cage Warriors, he's fought on Brave. He was in the same regiment as me, so Brian was always there with the coach, and he's just a little animal, that guy. Honestly, for some of the shots I've seen him throw, like inspiring, or I'm just thinking he's massive for 135 or 125 when he hit that weight. Brian was massive, and again, really nice, humble guy, family guy, good guy.
Awesome, thank you, Adam. And how would you say preparing for combat in the army prepares you to face another man in either a ring or a cage?
I don't know, to be honest with you, mate. Like you're always like, I always find it a bit cringy, me. Like you see all these people going head to head and go, "This is gonna be a war."
And Jun with a war cry.
I think it's not, is it? It's not going to be a war. It's two grown men in their underwear in a cage. One of you is going to win and one of you is going to lose. None of you are going to die in there, and none of you, fingers crossed, are going to get like life-changing injuries. So it's not a war, is it? Just two of you having an athletic like competition. So let's not call it that. Let's just. I understand you can have beef and that's fine, but listen, I don't take that serious. I think the difference with the army is people got this false sense that you just join the army and they'll just send you away somewhere the next week. You don't have that. You have things called pre-deployment training. You have things that are put in place to make sure you're in a peak, like physical, mental, and in terms of your job specific role, you're in a paramount condition to go. They don't just like join you and like send you off. Everyone thinks you join the army, you just bugger off to some sand country or something. It's not how it works at all.
Right. Okay. And is there a motto or general rule that you try and live by? Perhaps something you picked up during your time in the army?
No, it's not. I just think, if I'm being honest, this is me getting like emotional or sentimental or anything, but I think people need to realise you're not going to live forever. Do you know what I mean? No one's getting out of it alive. Just do things. I used to second guess myself on things all the time and go, "Oh, but what about this?" Listen, I'll be dead one day. I'd rather look back at things that I've done, and if they come off, they come off. Like if you take a fight and you lose, like for example, I'll touch it. That last fight with the what was his name, Ibrahim, whatever. I don't even know his name. I just kept on calling him the Russian. He's not even from Russia. I kept on calling him the Russian. He had fantastic hair. I'll give him that. But like I took that fight in like 10 days notice. I was 35 pounds over. 10 or 12 days notice. It was 35 pounds over when it happened. The week before the fight, I was away with the army on a range. I cut all that weight in that time. I was like on baby food. I was getting up early. I was running just to hit the weight. The fight was just hitting the weight. But the reason I'd done it was, so I was in the gym with Jeff Thomas, and Jeff had a fight coming up, and Jeff's like had this rejuvenation of he'd been retired from boxing for 8 years. I think he's 38. He'd made his 38, 39. He made his comeback. He won his pro fight, his first pro fight back. And then he was talking about fighting during this COVID thing. He's like, yeah, but it's going to be good in a few years, isn't it, to say like I fought during COVID. Not many people can say that. And then when Carl Prince put a post up saying that he needed someone to fight, I was like, go on then. It's COVID. No, I'll have a go. I'll see what happens. And then I stepped in there, and it is what it is. But on 10 days, not like this isn't me big, but on 10 days notice, he should have finished me. Really, he should have finished me. Like,
you did well.
Don't get me wrong. He pinned me down, and he was punching me in that. But he should have stopped me. Honestly, this isn't me just saying it, but he should have stopped me. Yeah, I know. He didn't.
I didn't know you took that on 10 days notice.
Yeah, mate. Yeah. Listen, do you not see me when I walk out, mate? I look like Roy Nelson. Got his big chub belly. Go, mate.
Big country.
Yeah.
Big country. And you were also meant to fight at Celtic Gladiator. You was also meant to fight Ryan Thomas.
Yeah, and then that didn't come
What happened?
off.
What happened there?
You know what, mate? I could check the message after this and get back to you. I can't remember.
That's
mate.
okay.
I think. Did I get told I was? I think I got told I was going away with work, and by the time I got back, something had happened where I missed the weigh-ins or I missed that week, and I thought I wanted to beat I wanted to beat him. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to lie. I wanted to put myself in a position to win, and I said to myself after the last one, like, it's all well and good saying, yeah, well, you know, you'll be dead one day, but I also want to win. I'm not just jumping in there to get beat by some guy that's had like 8 weeks off and trained every day, and his gym's open. Because let's not get it twisted. My gym were open. You know what I mean? So I'm shadow boxing and all sorts of shit, and people have got training partners and that. So I thought, nah. So that one didn't come off. But yeah, it is what it is. We'll see what happens down the line. I don't know. See what happens with this bantamweight thing.
Yeah, good. So then, talking about your gym, ICT.
ITC, independent training. Independent training.
Sorry, ITC. Sorry, not ICT. Right. ITC. Yeah, no, ITC in Blackpool. My bad, brother. My bad. And good. Teaming up. Yeah. So how did you team up with ITC and Kevin Fryer? I
just went there, mate. And it was originally a jiu-jitsu gym. There was a jiu-jitsu coach there who used to be my jiu-jitsu coach, and then Kev was there. And I just remember the first time I seen Kev in there, and I was like, "Oh, who's he?" So, oh, he's a pro fighter. It's Kev. It's this, it's that. And I'm not even joking. I don't think we spoke to each other for like the first 2 weeks. Like, we'd hold pads and that for each other, but we didn't. he's an awkward character. He doesn't speak a lot. Do you know what I mean? He's extrovert in a way, but he's very introvert. So he didn't say much. Whereas me, I'm just that mouthy guy from Manchester. You know what I mean? I'm just a wind-up merchant. And yeah, but then we did start speaking to him, and I realised, like, he knows his shit. Like, a lot of people get these black belts now. Yeah, Kev's like a legitimate black belt. Like, horrible, man. Yeah, horrible.
What are you? Are you a brown belt?
No, that was a kickboxer. So I think it was a thing between the coaches. So I'm a blue belt in jiu-jitsu, but I'm not gonna lie to you.
Blue belt.
Really, yeah, I don't even really put the gi on, mate. I don't even really like being down there. I don't mind like lying on top of someone and punching him and that, but you're not going to see me going for some mad triangles and that. I think a man should know his limitations, and me going for all these triangles and things against these guys who do it every single day, that's not it, mate. I'd rather like I'll do a bit of wrestling, I'll do the kickboxing and that. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I don't do groundwork, because obviously everyone does, but it's
of course
enjoyment in it. Enjoyment. I think somebody, especially some of these young flexible guys, some of them submissions they pull off, mate, with the speed of it. I just think, nah, I don't want to be down there with them, mate. I'd rather stand up and see what happens.
Yeah, true. Yeah. All right. So let's now move on and review some of your flashlights, Adam, and let's go all the way back to April 2017 and your MMA debut at Budo 20 in Bolton. It was the same day as UFC on Fox 24, headlined by Demetrius Johnson, defending his UFC flyweight belts against Wilson Heiss. Do you remember that day well?
Yeah, parts of it, yeah. I remember waiting around in the back, and listen, that was another one. Obviously, we've had an email exchange before this. We've talked about like opponents that have dropped out and this and that. On that one, I think I had 3 opponents, and I don't think you named one of them. 3 guys.
Andy
I don't
Ellis.
know what had happened. Andy Ellis. I don't even know whatever happened to him, but Andy Ellis, I was meant to fight him. I was meant to fight another lad from what's it called? Manchester Predators. I was meant to fight him, Tom Summit. I've seen him since we've spoke. But yeah, literally 3 or 4 fights, and then when it came to it, they got that guy
Tom Wright.
Is that who it was? Yeah.
Tom Wright and Connor Yorkie.
Yeah, Connor Yorkie. Yeah. So I knew a guy from his gym, David Whitehead, and I just said to him, like, "What's happening?" And he's like, "No, he's just gone AWOL from the gym. He's just not turned up." I'm like, all right, sound. But yeah, so they got that. They had that other guy in the gym. They had that other guy, that James McNulty, mate. And I just felt a bit shit, really, because I'm one of them. Me, like, I'd rather get in there, right, and get my head punched in, but like it'd be worth it than go in there, kick a guy in the leg that's going to throw himself on the floor. Do you know what I mean? And
it was like you're bullying him.
Yeah, but what's more is, mate, it's like how can you gauge? Like, how can you gauge anything? How can you gauge if you are any good, or how can you gauge if anything you are doing is working? If you fucking have to fight these guys that are going to throw themselves on the floor for 50 quid, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
bad, mate.
Yeah, I mean, you know, as I was going to say, you won that fight via ground and pounds, and in only 11 seconds. But just just before we look at that, were you disappointed with the caliber of fighter you were eventually paired with, or was it that you were just sort of content of getting in there?
No, it was shit, mate. Honestly, like that fight there, that was before like I had any like proper conditioning, mate. So I'd come down, I was a bit fat, I was a bit of a fat kid again, and then came back and I was training. But I took that fight, I still made the weight of 66 kilograms. But yeah, it wasn't good, mate. It's pointless, isn't it? Especially what I hate is I've got a lot of friends that come and they'll buy tickets. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I'm kind of a big deal.
I'm not being big-headed. When I have fights on, a lot of my friends do come. Do you know what I mean? And I just felt like, they've all just paid 30 seconds to watch me beat up some like kid who's going to be out back in a minute taking, doing smack or something for 50 quid. Yeah, brilliant. What do you say? He looked like some like Romanian like crackhead road sweeper or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what he was on.
He had a lot of heart tonight in this fight, and I think you should call it a wrap.
But yeah, mate, but that kind of thing shouldn't happen either. I understand, like, I'd rather he just cancelled it, if I'm being fair. But Chris Clark sorted it. He got him in, and it is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, but 11 seconds, it must have felt good, no?
Yeah, it felt good, mate. But then I also think, come on, if a beating up handicap kid at the end of the day, mate, he's like done some mad shoulder roll and that, and yeah, he didn't have a meal or anything. It's worrying, wasn't it? It didn't look good, did it? It didn't look, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I feel you, man. I feel you. So after that, Adam, we didn't see you for exactly 8 months. Any particular reason?
Yeah, I think I'd been deployed again to Kenya. Honestly, mate, I think I've been in Kenya like 5 or 6 times. You know what I mean? And I think I was in Kenya, and I remember messaging Chris saying, "Oh, when I get back, I want to fight someone." And yeah, I had that fight against Gimp from Wales.
Carl.
Yeah, whatever his name, he's an absolute belter. Him, yeah.
Okay, so so let's move on to that. So let's talk about your second fight and the first contest against Carl. It was a fast and frenetic start. It seemed once you regained your composure, you were completely at ease. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I remember like getting like the blood pressure test done and all that kind of stuff. And I remember him just like saying weird things, like just looking at me dead weird. And I was like, "What's his problem?" He just like with his Welsh accent and that, and he's just going on and on and on. I was like, "I just can't wait to whip this kid, mate. I swear to God." And then I was that angry when I got in there, mate. He hit me with a right hand straight away.
He hit you right early on.
Yeah,
he marked you.
Like 5. Yeah. And I thought, you cheeky fucker. And then
I
went for a takedown,
that was a mistake. Mate. That was a mistake.
Oh, listen, mate, I was fuming with it. And then I had him against the cage, didn't I? And then he managed to like reverse whatever. I stood back up, took him back down, and I pounded him out. But I was just so angry. I was so angry that I got hit as well. I was like, how's that just happened? And then the weirdest thing, something happened. He asked, he messaged the promoter and said, "Can I have a rematch or something?" Because he tried to say he thought it was boxing or something. I don't know. Yeah, all right, mate. So I was like, "Yeah, fucking right, mate." And that was ended up fighting in Blackpool. Do you know what I mean? And it was quite good because all my friends came out to that. I was the last one on. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, so just coming back to the first fight, you must have been happy with the ref not stopping it when he did, because it was a late stoppage, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
you must have enjoyed that.
Yeah, it's just a weird guy, mate. I don't dislike people, but for some reason, he was just really annoying, mate. He was just really, really annoying.
In what way? His accent?
Not even the accent, just the whole demeanour of him, mate. He looked like a guy that needed to be jet washed. Do you know what I mean? But them guys, yeah, you could put him in a 1,000-pound suit, mate, and still go, he needs to get a bath. You know what I mean?
Right. But okay. I feel you.
If you're watching this, I'm still not bothered.
Yeah.
And then what happened? So the second time I fought him, I remember it was at this village hotel in this big room. But we've got there early because we got weigh-ins and that. And one of the guys that was in my corner, Rick Tingy, he's a funny guy. He's a mortgage advisor. Do you know what I mean? He's in the corner for no. I'll be honest. He's in the corner for no reason. The fact that he's good at wrapping hands, and it makes me laugh. Do you know what I mean? And so in this hotel, they had like a swimming pool area, and I fell asleep on the beds, like next to the pool with a towel over my head. And Rick's bumped into this guy in the corridor, and he said to him, he's like, "What's he doing down there?" Not knowing that me and Rick are from the same team. And Rick's going, "Oh, that lad there." He went, he's got a cage fight or something this evening. So he's going, all right, what's he doing asleep? He went, oh, he smells of booze. He's been drinking all night.
Oh, I can't sleep. Full bottle. I can't sleep. Oh, no.
Right, so Rick's put it in his guy's head that not only am I incapacitated, right, I'm flat out in the middle of the day, and obviously he's thinking, he said, right, Sam, this is going to be good, this. Bearing in mind, I rarely drink, yeah? Like, a lot of people say it. I'm not trying to say this is the way to live, but I've never had a cigarette. I've never touched a drug. I rarely drink, okay? So when Rick came down and said that to me, I was like, oh, my God. So then when I passed him in the corridor later on, before we fought, he went, how are you feeling? Are you all right? I went, still feeling it, mate. I'm still
hanging.
I'm still rough, mate. I'm like that, covering my eyes and everything. And then, yeah, that was it.
Right. Okay. So as you quite rightly put it, you finished him 9 seconds quicker in the rematch. Did you expect it to go any other way?
No, not at all, mate. I just wanted to make sure I didn't get hit in that one. That was it.
Yeah, you didn't, did you?
No.
Okay. And then 6 months later, you're back on Budo in Bolton versus a guy that we mentioned earlier, Reece Streets. And yes, you guessed it, another change in opponents. You went up to lightweight for that fight. What was the reason you did that? And how did it feel competing at that weight?
So, so the reason I've done it is because I'd been away. I'd literally been back a couple of weeks again. And I'd done it at the time. Something had happened within the regiment. We'd lost one of the lads, and it was just a way of getting all the lads back together again. Do you know what I mean? And that was a basic idea behind it. So went down, had a fight. A lot of lads came out, and that was it. It was good.
Okay. Well, once you were safely able to close the distance and get your hands on him, that was the beginning of the end, wasn't it?
Yeah, listen, I've seen that little knockout that Reece has got against that guy on from FCC. Yeah, was he knock him out in like 5 seconds or something? And like this guy, listen, I've seen them videos of me on there. Like, I look like I've got some mad like yogurt body. You know what I mean? And then I'm looking at this guy that Reece is fighting. The guy's ripped up to death. He's got the traps up here, and then Reece just banged him out with one dig. And I thought he's got some power in him because he's a decent. Like, I know his MMA records, but his boxing's like he's a really good boxer, Reece.
Yeah.
And I thought, I'm not getting it by him. I was like, I can't be bothered with it. And then, I remember he kept on doing it. So I changed stance a few times. And then, I covered the distance, didn't I? And that was
you
that.
Did.
But again,
and that was
Reece came in last minute again. Again, no fault of my own. It just happened.
No, I know. It did. And how many knees to the body did you land?
I don't know. I don't know.
I lost count. I
nearly went for it. I remember thinking, I wish I could just do his head now. Like, I mean,
that's fucking illegal.
Be over quicker, but yeah, he's again though. Seriously, I like Reece. He's game. I met him at Celtic Gladiator when I was getting like my head stitched up. I remember he was fighting at the end, and I just like he's game in it. I've got a lot of respect for people who are just game, mate. Just a little savage, you know, Reece.
He is, and you had great support in that fight, didn't you?
Yeah, everyone. That's what I'm saying. Everyone that came out from work, all my friends and that.
Yeah,
it
great
was good,
support.
mate. Yeah, it was good. Even at the time, the officer in my company, a guy called Major Stephen Day, he came out with his pregnant wife. And I've gone, I didn't know your wife was pregnant. What's you bringing your pregnant wife here for? He was sound, mate. Got him a seat and that. And yeah, they had a beer and he watched the fight. Good.
Good. And you ended that fight with the guillotine choke.
Who?
Making him tap out immediately. Talk us through that transition, please, Adam.
Do you know what, mate? I'd be lying if I could say I can remember. I can't remember. I think I hit him in the body, didn't I? And then I hit him in the head, and then I just went for a guillotine, and then he just tapped out.
Tapped out straight away.
Yeah.
Those big arms, man.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, mate. That's exactly what guns. I don't know what your camera's doing, but if it's making my arms up big, I'm happy with it.
Okay. And then your next scheduled appearance wasn't for a further 14 months. Again, could you help us to fill in the gap there, please, Adam?
Yeah, so I think I was just that busy with work and going away and trying to fit things in, mate. Like this isn't like Like, a lot of people do this. I've seen a couple of guys there when you're showing that. You just know them guys are going to be good pros. Like Teddy Stringer is going to be a good pro when he's older. Do you know what I mean? And then you've got what was the name of the last guy that was on, the guy with the sick kicks? What was his name?
Oh, Marcus.
Yeah, mate. Like, you just look at them guys, you just think you're ended up in like Cage Warriors, Bellator, UFC, whatever. But they're training full time, aren't they? And that's it.
Pretty much, yeah.
Whereas I'm not training full time, mate. Like, I'm like a successful hobbyist. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'll jump in, I'll do it, and then I'll go back to work, because this is what, like, the army is what pays my bills. Do you know what I mean? And that's it. I think I think I was just working. I was busy, mate, and then I just thought, right, I'm missing this a bit now.
Yeah, I know. So you were set to take on Cameron Chamberlain for the Extreme Combat interim featherweight belts. What was the reason for that fight being cancelled?
He pulled out.
Oh, okay. Oh, any injury, or I'm guessing injury?
I don't speculate on it. It's just a case of he pulled out, and then I think he said someone else, but then something happened. And I was like, I thought, I'm driving to Cumbria, I'm doing this, and people are falling out like 3 or 4 days before. I thought, I'm not doing this again, mate. That's how I felt. I just felt deflated. I thought, someone else is jumping in again. I'm not beating up fucking some idiot from down the street again to put like a belt around my waist. That, if we're being honest, it don't mean anything. Do you know what I mean? Like, me and you could make a promotion tomorrow and go, we've got the best fucking champion in England. Do you know what I mean? But
let's do it then, man. Let's do it.
It's about time. Let's go.
Come on, man.
I think we'd have the most entertaining fight show. I'll tell you that for free.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Absolutely. One of these snooze fests that you go to.
No. Never that. Yeah, because that was going to be your first shot at MMA Golds.
Yeah.
Would have been a good way to end 2019.
Yeah, and I wanted to fight Cameron as well. I really wanted to fight him because I know it's like all his footwork and stuff like that, and I like the way like he moves. But
yeah,
I thought that'd have been a good fight, but obviously it fell through at the time. So
that's a shame. Yeah. And then in April 2020, you were due to face Leon Williams for the Budo amateur featherweight title. But I think we can all guess the reason for that fight getting cancelled. How disappointing was that for you?
Yeah, it's frustrating, mate, again, because that was another one that was going to be in Blackpool. Do you know what I mean? Like, Carl Everett was going to be headline, was going to be on it as well. And I'm friends with Carl, so when he said to me, like, I'm going to put this show, I'm going to do this. And then obviously Chris Clark was saying, yeah, do you want to fight him? I was like, yeah, 100%. Like, yeah, of course I'll fight him. And then that COVID took over and just blew it out of the water, didn't it?
Yeah, that's a killer. That's a killer. That's a killer. Yeah. So I mean, Leon, you mentioned Teddy. Leon's last appearance was against Teddy at UKFC 11 in October 2019 for the belt.
Teddy beat him, yeah.
Emphatically.
Fight. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's levels to it, isn't there? Something else. Telling you. Listen, there's no. I don't go like, I'm going to beat him, because some of these kids just go, he's just talented, mate. And if you're a person, right, that can't go, that guy's talented, you're a hater. You're an absolute hater. There's nothing wrong with going, he's good, I wouldn't mind fighting him and having a go. If you come up with a shot, you come up with a shot. If it was a football, that's what I don't get, if it was a football match and you lost a football match, you wouldn't dwell on it for weeks and weeks and weeks. The only reason people get bothered, the only reason people are bothered about this winning and losing stuff is because your friends and family are there. If you close the door and you go in a locked room, mate, and just 2 years and you don't know who wins or loses, you're not bothered, are you? So that's what I've just taken into this now, mate. I've just thought I'm gonna have a few more fights in the next year, and I'm just
do it.
See what happens, man.
Good. I can't wait. So I'd hate to imagine how you felt after your third scheduled title fight was again cancelled. This time you were due to drop down to bantamweight and face SBG Bishop Auckland combatant Dan Mins for the Almighty Fighting title in November 2020.
Yeah.
How did you feel after the third one got cancelled?
Listen,
man.
It got to the point where some of these lads are creating like international pandemics to get out the fights. You know what I mean? Like, where did COVID come from? Do you know what I mean? I just remember when it first happened, and I was away. And I was adamant, it's only going to last 2 weeks and that. And then, no, it didn't last 2 weeks, did it?
I was meant to be there. I was meant to be there. I had a hotel booked and everything. So I was looking forward to meeting you and everyone else.
Yeah,
but
would have been good, but it happens, doesn't it? I'm hoping, after all this, like all those people that didn't go out and support the shows, I hope they actually come and start watching again. Do you know what I mean? Like some of those earlier Budo events, mate, and then the FCC events and Almighty, like when they're packed, mate, they're good nights out. Like what else are you going to do?
Oh, fantastic!
Sit in, go out, bring your missus with you, and watch a fight. Go out with the lads, whatever. But it's just I can't wait for everything to be back on normal again.
Yeah, and do you ever look back and think you could have had 3 titles around your waist by now?
No, not really. No, not really. I'm not gonna lie to you, mate. Like, I know it looks cool, doesn't it? And it does look cool. It looks cool on photos and that, having a belt and that on. But in my opinion, and people might get pissed off here, unless that says Cage Warriors, Bellator, or UFC, you know what I mean? You're your postcode champion, aren't you? Do you know what I mean? You're the hardest man in your postcode. So it is what it is. That's my opinion. I'm not like shitting on people that have won them, because obviously they've won them. But on the other hand, mate, if we're being real and we're looking, and that's the problem with me, I look straight down the line and go, but unless featherweight, unless your name's Alexander Volkanovski, you're not, are you? You're not the champion. He's the UFC champion or so and so. But I think it's a good gauge, especially like the them Cage Warrior Academy ones and stuff. And when you see lads fighting for other promotions, to see where promotions are at, I think that's a good thing. Yeah.
But you could have been Triple C, man.
I Triple C too. What happened here? The real Triple C.
I could have been Triple C. Listen, I could have been the where was that fight meant to be? Was that meant to be in Leeds, Almighty? So it'd have been
Liverpool. Liverpool.
Was it Liverpool? So for that night, then I'd have been the hardest man in Liverpool for the night, and the other one would have been the hardest man in Blackpool for that night. Do you know what I mean? And that'd have been a good little thing to have.
Oh man, I feel for you, man.
It reminded me. I really wanted that Liverpool one for the simple fact I've got a lot of mates around there, so it'd be good to see them as well.
That's true.
I remember Brian Crichton had messaged me actually before it and said if I need any training, go and see him. Yeah, that nice guy.
Yeah, and out of the 3 scheduled title fights, which encounter was you most looking forward to and why?
This is rude. What was his name again? What was the Budo
Which
one?
Leon.
In Blackpool. Leon. Yeah, that was the one that I wanted, just for the simple fact it was in Blackpool.
Okay.
Yeah, just the simple fact it's in Blackpool.
Yeah, I mean he's got the same record as you. I think he's also 4-1.
Was he?
Yeah.
Let's see who gets to 5 and 5.
Yeah, let's see who gets to 5. Yeah.
True that. It is what it is. Yeah, 100%.
True that. Yeah. Okay, and then from an MMA point of view, Adam, what does 2021 look like?
Hopefully, mate, active at some point or in some demeanor. I just want to train, mate. I just want to have some fights and that, and it's the experience and it's the whole thing of like you do it. And I don't know how honest people are, but like I've had conversations with Kevin. He said the same thing to me, like you do it all, and then before you're about to walk out, you think I'm not fucking doing this again. I'm scared to death. Do you know what I mean? And then you go out and you do it, and then you feel good after it, and then all your mates, oh, that's good, isn't it? And then like, so I just want to be active, mate. I just want to compete. I'm past that stage now of like, as I said, YouTubing people or worrying about who people are. Because at the end of the day, mate, as long as you've got 2 arms, 2 legs, and I've seen them weigh the same weight, let's just see what happens. You know what I mean?
I'm not scared of anyone. No one.
Yeah, no, that's a great attitude. And then finally, Adam, any upcoming prospects at your gym that we may get to hear about in the future?
To be honest, mate, I don't even know like what's going on at the minute with everything. Since it's lockdown, I think a lot of kids might have dropped off. But in terms of friends, boxing wise, a lad called Dan.
Yeah, go for it.
From Fleetwood. Dan's an honestly really nice, hard working guy. Dan's and he's still undefeated. So I think honestly, within the next year or 2 years, he's going to be making big waves.
Yeah. Okay. Has he fought anyone? Has he fought anyone of any significance or?
I think he's fought kids who've won like ABA titles and stuff like that. And Dan's like box ring and he's won ABA titles. But yeah, you see the way he's trained. Like you see him on like Instagram and all that, mate. You see him like another lactic threshold done, and it's like 5K at lactic threshold. And I'm just thinking, oh fucking hell, I was gonna have a lie down and I have to go for a run now. Do you know what I mean? Because he's just one of them guys that makes you feel lazy.
Yeah, it makes you feel guilty.
Yeah,
that's the kind of guy you want to be around.
Yeah, it is. Honestly, he's got proper like positive energy. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Good stuff. Okay, so we now move on to the final part of the show, Adam, and that part is called Flash Fives. I will ask you the following 5 questions, and you then give me your best answer. So, first one then, Adam. Who would you love to compete against, either dead or alive?
Like a 70-year-old Conor McGregor or something, just so you got it on the record. You know what I mean? Something like that.
Yeah. Conor McGregor.
Yeah, nah, mate, I'm joking. I would not go near him, man. What was the name of that first guy beat James McNulty? I'd fight him again.
Okay, him, yeah? Okay. Or even me.
I like you, man. We can't be fighting.
All right, sweet. I love that. I like you too, brother. I like you too. Cool. Your ideal way to finish an opponent's?
Whatever, mate. Ground and pound or something. Just
ground,
anything.
Standard.
Yeah,
you love a bit of that, innit? You love a bit of that.
Yeah, whatever it is, mate. I mean,
vicious. Okay. The best combat sports fight you've seen, Adam?
Let me have a think now. Do you know what? I wouldn't say it was necessarily like the best fight I've ever seen, but from a personal point of view, when I managed to corner Kev when he fought on Bellator against that George Tokos, right? And I was there, and it weren't until afterwards I'd realised like the level of opponent that he'd beat, because I seen that George Tokos on Instagram, and he's training at that Sanford MMA. He's got like all the UFC guys in there. That's when Usman was still there, and Gilbert Burns was there, and you've got that, what's he called, the guy from ONE FC, the landslide. All them big guys are there, and I thought, Kevin just beat him on like 4 or 5 weeks' notice, training with a featherweight and doing jiu-jitsu. Do you know what I mean? And doing a bit of boxing with Jeff and that, and his jiu-jitsu with Steve. And you just think, if you plucked him out of like the pond he's in, and you throw with him, mate, like honestly, if he weren't so dedicated to the army, mate, it'd be different. Like all this talk about like Fabian Edwards and all them, and they was meant to fight at one point, but I'm telling you, you give Kev like an 8-week training camp, mate, I put my money on him all day. Okay,
because that was his most recent fight against George, wasn't it?
Yeah. So he fought that Van Steenis. I don't know if the occasion got to him, whatever, but he fought Van Steenis, and that went the way it went. And then he fought
was that his debut?
Guy from Bellator,
yeah, Bellator.
Yeah, and his Bellator debut, which is a fucking nightmare because we drove all the way down there as well. and then who did he fight? He fought the guy from John Redmond from SPG Ireland, and I think he took that fight on 2 weeks' notice, and he won that. And then obviously he fought that George Tokos. But yeah, that was a funny night, mate. I'll give you a quick story about that. They want to.
Oh, go for it.
So yeah, when it all finished, we was getting in the lift, going up the stairs back to the hotel. One of the lads, Phil, he apparently was so the story came out afterwards. You know, Big Nasty was in the lift, and Phil or Benny, which one of the other two lads didn't know who he was, so they were adamant he was a Notorious B.I.G. impersonator. He's like, no, I'm Big Nasty and Big Nasty. Like, shut up, you're Notorious B.I.G. But like, they're just those guys, man.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, I know Kev got paid for that fight as well, right? And I'm not gonna lie, he paid for the train tickets and all that. He paid for breakfast and everything. But he was still 5 of us sleeping in a fucking single room. Do you know what I mean? Wow. I was on the floor, mate, the next morning.
Did that take you back? Did that take you back to the army? Army days?
No, mate. No, it was the floor in the Hilton, mate. It's probably the nicest place to be in the army. You know what I mean?
Okay. And then what superpower would you choose to have, Adam?
I don't know. I reckon being bulletproof would be quite helpful, wouldn't it? With work.
You know what? You would. That would make you bulletproof.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
untouchable.
Yeah, none of that heavy body armor shit, man. Just fucking walking through it.
Bulletproof. Love that. That's brilliant. That's a first. And then the best finish to a fight you've seen, Adam.
It's got to be that. It's got to be that Masvidal knee on it to Ben Askren.
Oh,
It has to be that. That's just vicious, mate. I felt sorry for Ben Askren after that.
Yeah, that was like three seconds, and then obviously, you know, he hit him with a few shots while he was down to make it 5 seconds.
Yeah, it just took like 10 years off his life with them shots, and I'm worried. I'm worried that Ben's gonna get beaten. This boxing thing he's doing as well. I think that's a stupid thing to be doing.
Oh, against is it Jake Paul?
Jake Paul,
or the other one, Logan. Oh, Jake Paul, yeah,
Jake
Paul,
fighting Jake, yeah.
Yeah, he looks serious, doesn't he? That Jake Paul, he's taking it very seriously, isn't he?
Yeah, mate. It's just, I don't know, mate. I wouldn't put any money on Askren to win that one. I hope he does. Obviously, he's an Olympic level athlete, but he's an Olympic wrestler, and he wasn't exactly known in MMA for his slick hands, was he?
Yeah. There's a few memes going around about him, but don't worry about Ben. He's getting paid. This is going to be his biggest payday, so he's all right. Yeah.
All right, okay. Well, if Ben ever watches this, Ben, don't be scared to throw me a few quid, and I'm game. You know what I mean?
Me too.
I'll fight any of them YouTubers, mate. You know.
I love that. So, Adam, that now brings us to the end of the show, buddy. How did you enjoy that overall?
Yeah, mate, it was good. It was good. It's just a conversation in it amongst fucking new friends. That's all it is.
That's right, brother. That's right. New friends, indeed. Absolutely. Hopefully, I'll get to meet you in person one day. And yeah, 100%. I look forward to that. And I wish you nothing but the best. And keep me posted with any future fight developments. And I would gladly have you back on the show if that's okay.
Yeah, of course, mate. Not a drama.
Okay, brilliant.
Right,
so thank you. Okay, well, thank you to the viewers. And thank you to the viewers for joining Adam and I on episode 16 of Flash Knockdown. And in the words of Bruce Buffer, the show that engages with people of the combat sports world. Thank you to everyone, and thank you to Adam.
Cheers, bro.